Good blessings, my brothers and sisters in this truth. All praises to the Most High. Through our Savior's name, let's get our sword out the mud. Brothers and sisters, our weapons is spiritual. The weapons that we use, the children of the Most High's weapons, is the word of the Most High. And to make sure that your weapon is properly cared for. You see, when you get the worldly weapon, you make sure it works right? Make sure it don't jam, you oil it, you break it down, right? You inspect all the parts. And you put it back together to make sure that it works. So, that effort for a carnal weapon that will not, I repeat, that carnal weapon that will not save you. That carnal weapon will not save you, my dear brothers and sisters. No weapon formed against the children of the Most High will stand, will prosper. No earthly weapon, no unrighteous spiritual weapon will work against the children of the Most High. So, my dear brothers and sisters, the weapon of mass destruction that the world convinces you that worldly weapons that are created by man causes fear. You see? So, my dear brothers and sisters, that is another device of man to get you to hold on to these worldly weapons for your protection. If this was my kingdom, surely mine would have been fighting for me. What did he mean by that? He meant spiritually. Receiving him. Not Peter picking up a sword, fighting, chopping ears off. That's why our Savior put the ear back on the soldier that was his adversary. But the soldier was lost too because the soldier was deceived. So our Savior said, let me stop this deception. Because there are those who are deceived in captivity of this world, who have been blinded by the God of this world to carry out the orders of this world. But then you also have those who know better and still decide to do wrong. And that was Israel. So our Savior said, you know what? I'm tearing down this wall. This dividing wall. Because both sides ain't doing it right. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down my life, because no one takes it from me. I'm going to lay down my life to show you how much I love you. To show you those worldly carnal weapons mean nothing. Light, the weapons of righteousness, the weapons of spirit, the weapons of the world conquer the weapons of the world. And that is what our Savior showed us. My dear brothers and sisters, when the Israelites were coming out of Egypt, when the Israelites were coming out of Egypt, they were wanting the devices, the luxuries of the world. They wanted to go back to Egypt. They liked what Egypt provided for them. They liked what Egypt provided for them, even though Egypt had them in bondage, had them in oppression. They wanted to go back to Egypt. They wanted to go back to bondage. So when the Most High delivered them out, since they had it in their heart that they wanted to go back to bondage, right? It was already in their heart that they wanted to go back to bondage. That's like Lot's wife. When she was delivered with her husband and her family out of destruction, she looked back. So spiritually, she desired that. Even though she was delivered from the destruction, she still wanted to go back. She still had a passion. She still had some love lost. She had love lost for that. And you cannot have no love lost for no destruction of wickedness. My dear brothers and sisters, you can't have no love lost when destruction happens from the Most High. Ain't no love lost. You got to stay with the Most High. You don't lose your love for the Most High, because you can't choose both. You can't choose both, this world and the Most High. So when the Most High tells you to go, you don't look back and be sad, because that's showing love lost towards the Most High. You love whatever he does. You love whatever move he makes. My dear brothers and sisters, once again, the Israelites were even mad at Moses. They were taking complaints at Moses because of food. My dear brothers and sisters, because of water. But the Most High told Moses, don't get mad at him. Don't get mad at him. You present yourself rightly as a servant of mine. So my dear brothers and sisters, we cannot get angry and frustrated, even though it is hard. I'm speaking to myself too, sharing the truth. Because Moses was punished, because he was punished by the Most High, because he showed his anger, because of the lack of faith from the Israelites, from the same people he was leading out of bondage, because of the Most High. Directions from the Most High gave Moses the proper instructions to direct and lead Israelites out. My dear brothers and sisters, them same Israelites showed lack of faith towards the Most High, which got to Moses. Even though Moses was told by the Most High, don't worry about that. You just continue to do what I tell you to do. My dear brothers and sisters, you just continue to do what I tell you to do. You be a light. My dear brothers and sisters. So, once again, we know what the swirl, pardon me. We know that in this world, you have carnal weapons. My dear brothers and sisters. Do not put your faith in that. That is not your protection. The Most High is your protection. Faith is your protection. Your weapon is not of this world. Be strapped to the weapon that is of heavenly, that is not of this world. And that weapon, that sword, I cannot get swirled. Bear with me, brothers and sisters. Bear with me. That sword is spiritual, and it's the word of the Most High. That's why I say, get it out the mud. Get your sword out the mud, my dear brothers and sisters. For our fight is not against ourselves. It's not a fleshly fight. It is a spiritual battle. It is spiritual, my dear brothers and sisters. So hold your sword close, which is your faith, the righteous word of the Most High. Make sure you break it down and make sure that it's working correctly. You know? Go to the shooting range. And guess what? That's anywhere. Go to the shooting range a whole bunch of times so you get your aim right. Brothers and sisters, I love you. Stay prayerful and keep your lamps filled with light.